Hey Scorpio, so how I read is I do sort of a general read on the synopsis of the initial cards, and then we do clarifiers following. In addition to that, if you have any questions, you can certainly ask them at the end of the read. For a quick sort of version of a tarot reading for yourself. But I will say this, if there is anything specific that you want to ask, you can put up your question and I'll answer that, as I say, at the end. But for those of you that are new to my channel, this may be energy that you were either presently in or just shifting into or just leaving behind. So you're all on a different timeline. You all don't make the same decisions on a Monday or a Wednesday. So you all have different support systems and growth patterns. So again, some of you may take longer to work through a certain type of energy, and then others may be a little quicker. So depending on your supports and all of the resources around you, all of that that's why timing sometimes is a little hard with tarot. Needs to be considered going forward. Okay. So I'm just going to do the quick synopsis here first. We are looking at a lot of issues around finances. I feel like you are possibly sort of juggling things to a certain extent, time, energy, resource. Again, the general energy of it first. Dealing with matters around family, home, foundation, and I definitely see things with you holding back in terms of your finances are being secretive or quiet, withholding in some way. So I do feel like even emotionally, I feel like you're in a space of being a little more protected, wanting to feel very, wanting to be secure, and is very, very high on the list of things right now for you. But I do feel like there will have to be a certain period of adaptability, adjustment, or flexibility, and a willingness to compromise going forward. There's definitely a couple of female energies here or feminine energies that are at play. And I do see a younger energy. There is also a relationship that status that is sort of in the background, not the primary focus at this time, but it seems like how correlates to your finances and you attaining something. So I just feel like you are in that space of clinging to what's familiar, clinging to material possessions, clinging to a little bit more of, a relationship status and family and fixed ideas and safety and security, like I said, seems to be where you're at right now. Now, the Four of Pentacles also tells me that, you might fear repeating an old pattern in a situation, and there's also something that of clinging to something that you've worked really hard for or hard in for some time. But either way, I just feel like despite hiding your feelings, with that Four of Pentacles energy, it feels like you are establishing yourself in firm footing, especially financially. You're very, very committed to that. Family is very high, in the focus here, and certainly there is your stability, and all of those things are pretty strongly correlated. But like I said, I feel like you can't really go wrong with this energy because you are adapting well in how you're dealing with the situation. So again, I'm doing the general energy and then we'll clarify it. So the Two of Pentacles is that energy of having to be flexible, having to be a little bit more, um, you know, one thing affects the other, that kind of thing. But you're dealing with that very well. Like I said, Two of Pentacles, two is a strong foundation card here as well, as is the 4, 10, ultimate foundation, legacy money, that kind of thing comes to mind here as well. So you're building on something, which means I feel it's careful management of your resources, your time, your money. Now, even though you're sort of juggling different projects or different sources of income and possibly family things here as well, I feel like you are striking a balance, as I mentioned, and it feels like you are dealing with a lot of different elements. And I feel like you are trying to squeeze in time for all of this. But like I said, despite the focus on your financial situation, you're doing enough tweaking or enough adjustment, that you're able to prioritize well enough to keep developing something. So it's not like you're having to lose out on anything. It's like everything is still moving ahead in a expansive way. So it's something along that line there too. So again, and then kind of switching it over, just general information with the Ten of Pentacles, that again, you have so much of a strong foundation here, it's not even funny. But this definitely speaks to financial security over the long term. So I do feel like you are establishing your wealth. We're developing, like it's going to be enough that you're going to be able to pass this on. So whatever that is for you. Some people 2,000 can be a lot, some people 20,000, some people it's, far more. But the point is that you're achieving some sense of security for you, and it feels like, you're not only that, it's going to be allowing you to pass on the information, the resources. So you're really making it in your own way, whatever this is. Does feel like kind of a self-employed energy, but it could be because, and I say that because further out, Knight of Pentacles, it's very slow, incremental money, and it's expanding in whatever it is you're pursuing your dream with. But even, and then we'll get to the relationship aspect here as well. But like I said, it just feels like there's a lot happening beneath the surface here, not just on the surface. So again, there can be some concentrated monies that are also coming in here to sort of help out the situation, but in this could be resources from, you know, other people investing in you, that kind of thing here as well. But either way, I just feel like it is, you know, it's defaulting in your favor. So then we're getting into the next clarifying cards here. So we are talking about the Four of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. So again, Four of Pentacles, it's a need for stability, a need for security, and again, you're a little bit on the very protective side of those material things because you're anticipating some kind of loss, or so you're basically just being very cautious with your money and your emotions and that kind of thing. But with the Queen of Wands, this is where there's much more bold passionate action, and very charismatic, independent energy. So you could be dealing with someone along that as well, because I see a couple of female energies that are relevant. One of them is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and we also have with the Queen of Wands. Again, they're very, it's more of a mature energy, but dynamic kind of person in one here, and the other is more intellectual or more, you know, better communicator, that kind of thing. But either way, that Queen of Wands energy sort of speaks to somebody who's quite, you know, communicative in their own way, but in more of a dynamic sort of, you know, way. So again, it's you're dealing with an air sign, but you're also dealing with somebody who has like a business type kind of energy. This could be you as well. But either way, it's this one is the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and then the other one is more intellectually sort of driven, but you know, compassionate and likes fairness and balance and all of that. So, like I say, right now I do see that there is for sure a feminine energy here. Gemini is also showing up as present with the Lover's card there. So I do feel a lot of coupleship energy is somehow impacting finances and family. So this can represent, you know, mothers, wives, or relationships, co-workers, friends. But again, it's whoever the dynamic energy is, and whoever the more intellectually sort of driven person is, these are showing up as, and Gemini energy is very strongly correlated with your reading. So, so again, kind of moving you, that first card again is somehow sound your safety, your security is correlated around a Libra as well as a Gemini or Aquarius energy, and certainly we also had the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So just know that that somehow correlates. So again, we're going through here in more detail. I feel like you're also taking bolder actions, and because of that, there is more of trusting the process and embracing that personal power, because you're also balancing out your ambitions in very grounded ways. So that Queen of Swords energy also tells me somebody's got a very sharp mind, very analytical, very perceptive, able to figure things out, you know, very integral to making tough decisions, which is important. And it feels like you're getting some kind of support in that way as well. But either way, I just feel like you're making good use of that combination. So again, remain clear-headed, make wise decisions, trust your intellect, because there is mental clarity or communication that's coming through here. And again, this could be somebody that's backing you here as well, but it is stabilizing this on an overall picture. Now, we are following that energy up with the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles indicates, again, juggling multiple things, feels like multiple streams of income as well, your priorities. But you're being adaptable in the situation despite a certain level of chaotic, you know, energy, but you're doing everything in a very you know, slow, adaptable, well thought out way. There's a lot of heart and, you know, passion and creativity in this read, but it's also more about finding, like with the Knight of Cups following up, that's, you know, wanting something deeper level. And certainly with the Fool, it's like you're entertaining some kind of a new path here as well. That does indicate that there is something that you've already done before, you're upgrading with that 2.0 Fool card. So whatever you've done before, you're thinking of kind of bridging whatever you were doing before and making it better, or coming back with a better version of it. So again, there's something here about that allowing a certain sense of freedom. Trust the process, even though you're being very careful and cautious about how you go forward in this new energy here. It is a bit of a risk for you, and I feel like you're so well supported though. So it does feel like there is something that I don't feel like there's a lot of fear involved with it, really. It feels like you're just being really careful and cautious. And again, Knight of Pentacles that's following below, you're taking, the slow, practical, steady, committed energy, and you're really making sure your decisions are based on the details moving forward. So it's a nice steady pace with the Knight, but I feel like that's a little further out. So, but again, even irregardless, the Knight of Pentacles does indicate that there is going to be some structure to it. So you're setting financial goals, you're sticking to them, and you're seeing your finances basically improve over a longer term commitment, basically. So anyway, I feel like your focus is definitely very much on your stability and finances. So, but again, you can expect things to really move exponentially further out, and there is going to be steady money that's coming in because of this. But again, it feels like there's a bit of a risk that you're taking, but not an uncalculated one. It's one that you're making, and this could be, again, investors or something that's coming in, or some other partner or something like that. But either way, it does sort of hint at a situation. It does sort of hint at a situation where there's a little bit more excitement to, how you're going forward. Bring up the Knight of Cups here as well. So again, Knight of Cups is really good energy here. And again, it does indicate that there is going to be some communication of something that's going to be positive. So if you're waiting on some kind of information about whether or not somebody's joining or investing or helping you out, that is there. It is a rapid development emotionally, and certainly with all the other cards around it, it feels like it could be contractual for some of you, and it does feel like it could be legal in some way. More contractual to me from what I see here, but either way, like documents to sign, that kind of thing. But either way, it's a new kind of experience that's going to change the path somewhat, but it's a path with the heart, something you're really invested in, something that you enjoy to do. You are approaching your responsibilities in an intuitive way as much as a practical way, but you're also biding your time. So that persistence will pay off, like I said, because the Knight of Pentacles is followed up as in the new adventure here. It does follow that you are going to be able to upscale something that you were doing before, but just doing it better. So it's a revisitation of something, but you were just making it better in some way. So maybe if there has been an investor, it's somebody who's helping you to advance that and make it better than it was before. Or, maybe somebody's put some money into something that you were doing, that either way, you're just doing everything better. So prepare for a new adventure and some change there with this new start, but it could be you learning more skills as well. But either way, this is legacy money. You're healing through some kind of a heartbreak here as well, but you have a new level of awareness. There is growth expansion, so much of this read, but it definitely feels like you are slowing down in some way and just making better choices, even though you are moving in the direction of something new. Again, a little guarded, cautious energy, but you're expanding your awareness on something, and it just feels like you are, able to really upscale it. Now, I want to get into so we read those ones. So now we're into the Ten of Pentacles energy here. Maybe I'll bring this one forward. Ten of Pentacles dealing with family matters. It is the ultimate for sure. I do want to tell you that is generational wealth, stability, fruits of your hard labor, that kind of thing, that you've reached a sense of accomplishment in whatever it is you're doing. You're in that energy right now, so whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing, because you're going to upscale it, you're going to make it better. And it does feel like it's commitment to it, both emotionally as well as in the material. So it also is a longer lasting focus. So you're really focused on this because it's going to impact your relationships, your career, your financial security. And because it's also impacting partnerships, and this could involve a partnership, an actual partnership, whether this is romantic or business, that kind of thing, it does still speak to that being a good decision because it aligns you with your true self, your true path. Now, the Page of Swords is a curious mind. It's also something that's coming in with new energy, thirst for knowledge. It's also mental exploration. So I feel like you're open to learning, and it does feel like there could be a younger person at play to come in with this energy as well. But either way, you're gathering information before you take that leap. Now, the Star card is the card of hope, and that is also that energy around long term stability as the combination, again, especially in relationships and family life, is the major focus. And so you're really focusing on important choices and decisions this month, not making a lot of big, major, impactful moves, but you're really focused on aligning everything for your higher good, for your higher purpose. You're trusting your instincts, and you know what values are important to you. So family values are important in this situation, and that is why you are making the moves that you are, that are slow and methodical. You're very focused on commitments. You're very focused on phase of learning, gaining the insight, and you're very quite balanced in your moves, like I said, because you're moving towards something that's more hopeful and fulfilling. And I just feel like you're really thoughtful and making informed decisions. The star is illuminating the path, does feel like it's following your North Star, something that you're truly aligned for and you've done before. Whatever the challenges are, you're going to meet the challenge, because I feel like this is just something that's true to your core. You have no choice. It's because you want it. It's not just wanting to do it. It's because you feel really aligned to do it. So it feels like it's ensuring that things move in the right direction. With the Page of Swords, there's that deep commitment and growth in so many cards, and there's good communication. And again, you've got a lot of supporters, family involvement, that kind of thing. Star energy is a little further out, so everything is going to flourish and, grow exponentially. But again, Page of Swords could be dealing with a younger person here as well. But for sure, this is, if even if it does deal with some kind of contractual matters, signing of documents, whatever, it feels like you're dealing with it from, just a really good negotiating stance where there's great mental energy and a lot of tact involved. So, but you are definitely looking to upscale things. Like there's a thirst for knowledge and really want to learn and communicate. There's a little bit of detachment again, because it's not feeling like it's nervousness or anything. It feels like there's a confidence there, but you're just sort of pulling back to kind of take in as much as you can to be able to go forward. But really great energy here for you, Scorpio, for the month of February. So keep moving forward. Love it. Never give up.